Little Gui kinda gave me an outline of what happened in the apothecary. Can you tell me more? Thanks for telling me everything. I didn't think things would get so out of hand. I would have been able to help you if I were there too, and maybe little Gui wouldn't have ended up in the apothecary. Oh, you don't need to worry about little Gui. She won't be able to sit still even in a sick ward. I'm sure she'll come find you again in no time. I'm heading to the apothecary to check up on her. Catch you later.
Yo, what's up? You're finally here. Without you, our ghost hunting squad would be nothing.
Hey, I'm a reliable squad member too.
Sure, when you're not passed out in fear.
Cut it out. If you keep teasing me, I'm not gonna perform my boulder smashing trick for you anymore.
The official name is the Ten Lords Commission Special Operations Team for the Heliobi Containment Breach Incident. That was the name given to us by decree of the Ten Lords. Since we managed to survive the Fixed-Roll Garden incident, the Ten Lords decided to entrust us with hunting down and subduing the Heliobi using our special skills. That's right. This expedition was commissioned by the Ten Lords themselves. I am unsure as to why they attached so much importance to this endeavor, but I have a theory.
Huahua is a judge of the Ten Lords Commission, and I'm a Cloud Knight. We must answer the call to the best of our abilities. And this one here is an Outworlder who's done great things for the sake of the Xianzhou. But why did little Gui have to get dragged into this? This mission is too dangerous for a civilian.
Ugh, I get it. You don't think I have any special skills, so I'll just get in the way?
Every flower and tree on the Xianzhou is significant in its own way. Miss Gui has her own strengths, too. As a famous street performer and live streamer, she has precisely the skills we need to acquire intel for our mission. Miss Gui has set up a social media account under the guise of investigating paranormal phenomena and unexplained mysteries. We can use it to gather intel for our mission.
You hear that, Sushong? I'm a key member of the squad! They said I could be a Ten Lords Commission intelligence hawk!
I might not be a scholar, but I don't think calling someone a hawk is a compliment.
The Ten Lords Commission has specially entrusted Judge Huohuo with commanding the ghost hunting squad, so please make sure to follow her lead in all matters related to the Heliobi.
That's right! I won't let us down!
Captain Huohuo, should we start the ghost hunt now?
Captain? You can just call me Huohuo. Oh, I'm really surprised that Madame Hanya asked me to be the leader of the ghost hunting squad. After Tail disappeared, I thought for sure the commission would ask me to resign, but for some reason... Anyway, I'll do my best to carry out my duties. As for our mission, Cirrus was locked up in Fixed-Roll Garden, but there are a lot of other Heliobi that escaped after the creation furnace was broken. According to the Ten Lords Commission understanding of Heliobi behavior, they tend to roam densely populated areas in search of hosts. And wherever they go, there are bound to be reports of supernatural phenomena. Little Guay, can you show us the website we'll be using for intel?
Look, I'm a new user, so I only have a few followers on this site. But based on past experience, once you get a following, people start flooding you with stories and news about paranormal activity. We have our work cut out for us, that's for sure. Sometimes a lead is obviously fake, but other times, it's hard to tell from just a few words on the internet. After all, some people will make up all kinds of nonsense to attract attention.
So, we still have to go out and fact-check the leads?
Plus, the Spiritfarers from the Ten Lords Commission will be carrying out their own investigation in secret as well.
Speaking of attracting attention, how do we get a following on a paranormal activity website? Sounds like Little Guay's department. She used me in some of her performances just to draw a bigger crowd.
Haha, that's the easy part. We just post some videos of us ghost hunting, subduing Heliobi. We're working for the Ten Lords Commission after all. We're gonna have the best content out there.
Oh wait, aren't we supposed to be operating in secret?
Well, another thing we have to think about is that Heliobi feed on the emotions of their hosts. They can even manipulate a host into revealing their deepest secrets. Wouldn't posting a victim's personal information online cause even more harm to the victim? I'm not trying to pick holes, just raising some concerns.
The way I see it, operating in secret and exposing the paranormal go hand in hand. We won't reveal the names of any victims. We'll just post some pics and videos of the squad engaging in fierce battles with the supernatural. And then come up with some dramatic titles. Like, Little Guay investigates. Ghost tries to scare young Cloud Knight girl on creepy road. Gets owned. You know? We'll turn the entire Heliobi hunting process into regular uploads. Viewers will see that there's nothing scary about it, and there won't be any public panic.
Why are you looking at me? Want a medal or something? It does kind of sound like a good idea.
Thanks, bestie. I feel like some of you aren't convinced by the whole online ghost hunting thing. How about this? We take a look at the leads we have so far and pick one to try out as a test run. Take a look. This post is getting tons of comments.
Lady Bailu disappeared? That's nothing new. She sneaks off all the time.
That's not the point. Here, read this part. One of the healers from the Alchemy Commission had Lady Bailu cornered, but then she disappeared into thin air. Judging from the comments, there were several witnesses. Sure, Lady Bailu runs away all the time, but disappearing into thin air?
It looks like the work of a heliobus. The heliobi are masters of manipulating the senses. There are stories of heliobi changing their shape and appearance to disguise themselves as someone else.
Okay, so what are we waiting for? Let's get moving and see if we can find some witnesses.
Before we head out, let's make sure we have our intel in order. If we can better understand what a heliobus wants to do, and what it's capable of doing, it'll be easier for us to help the victim. Interviewing witnesses might give us some clues, but they won't know anything about Heliobi. I think I have an idea. We have another source of intel we could use.
I heard from Miss Hanya that Cirrus is caught in a stalemate. The evil binding matrix has trapped them. Will they really cooperate with us?
The thought of seeing Cirrus sends shivers down my spine. But, I bet Cirrus would be eager to see me again. They'd devour me whole if they could. I think Tail made a fool of Cirrus, and Cirrus has held a grudge ever since. If we can get them worked up over it, we might be able to use them to our advantage. Mr. Trailblazer, do you think we can really catch Heliobi this way? I guess we have to give it a go. I don't see any other options. I can't help thinking that if Tail is out there, there'll be traces of him on the internet. He had a big personality. Yes. Do you think I'm just getting myself into more trouble? It's not like we were good friends to begin with. But when Tail disappeared, my real tail, it disappeared too. And now my reflection looks weird to me, and I hate work even more than before. Maybe that's all just a bunch of excuses. The truth is, I miss him. Thank you. If we're ever going to find Tail, now is the best chance we have. Of course, finding Tail isn't our top priority right now. We need to catch and subdue all the fleeing escaped Heliobi as soon as possible.
Let's see. Ghastly Gravy. Ghastly Gravy? What kind of website is that?
Ugh, it's Ghostly Grove, not Ghastly Gravy.
Ghostly Grove is the most renowned website for paranormal enthusiasts on the Lawfu. Everyone who loves the mysterious and the unexplained knows about it. I used to go there to read first-hand accounts of ghost sightings whenever I needed to build up my courage. We can get our leads from this website and then investigate them posing as paranormal investigators. That means we can operate more efficiently and with a low profile. Well, if people started to see a spirit fair making door-to-door visits, they might begin to panic, and that would give the Heliobi even more power over their hosts.
Look, I'm a new user, so I only have a few followers on this site. But based on past experience, once you get a following, people start flooding you with stories and news about paranormal activity. We have our work cut out for us, that's for sure. After all,
So,
Mr. Trailblazer, it is good to see you are doing well. During the Fixtral Garden incident, my sister gave the order to seek reinforcements. It was thanks to your support in that critical moment that we were able to get the situation under control. I wanted to thank you. And now this small team needs your help too. She sustained heavy injuries in the previous incident. Fortunately, my sister is using an ingenium body. As long as she returns to the coffin and is tended to by the spiritfarers, her life is not in jeopardy. I still worry about her, though. Creatures of flesh and blood fear death and will always strive to preserve their life. But not my sister. Her human instinct for survival is slipping away. She sees herself more as a tool, driving her body to the point of total exhaustion. Every time she fights like that, I can't bear to watch. In most matters, I would say no. But when dealing with Heliobi, I think the answer is quite clear. The Ten Lords Commission have long specialized in suppressing abominations, but they were negligent in guarding against the dangers of the creation furnace. Once it became a problem, the Spiritfarers and Arumatons were powerless against the Heliobi, proving that the traditional means of subduing them were no longer effective. As fate would have it, the girl we unwittingly rescued many years ago became the key to defeating Cirrus. After this is all settled, we intend to make contact with the Xianzhou Juming. That ship is under the influence of the mythical Rainbow Arbiter. The people there are able to coexist with the Heliobi, and at the same time be free from their manipulation. We hope that from them, we can learn the art of breaking free from the influence of the Heliobi. Did you really think we were messengers from another plane visiting the world of the living? How cute of you. And maybe we are. Don't get too close, or you might turn into a ghost too. The precise location of the Ten Lords Commission is highly confidential. But you have contributed much to the Xianzhou and are very close to the secret. If you wish to know more about it, I will have to ask you to spend time with our ghost hunting squad. A judge of the Ten Lords Commission has no past. Once one has entered the surface of the Commission, all links with the outside world are severed. However, since you are now a member of the squad, and in the interest of everyone working together, it's best that we know each other a little better. I'll tell you some of the secrets I know. After Ignimar was defeated by the General in a great battle, the Ten Lords Commission was ordered to seal away the Heliobi fragments. To make them atone for their actions, most of the Heliobi were sealed inside the creation furnace. Decades ago, the Ten Lords Commission was asked to investigate an unusual case. A Foxian girl's tail had been consumed by a strange fire of unknown origin. So we set out, ready to subdue whatever foul demon awaited us. It turned out that the fire was none other than a heliobus. The remaining fragments of Ignimar, the Heliobi, had found some way to escape from their furnace prison. That heliobus's power was weakened to the brink of death. But he was kept alive thanks to the kindness of the Foxian girl. Gradually, he regained his strength and rekindled his desire to manipulate humans. Normally, I would have just purged the heliobus and sent it back into the furnace, but Huohuo's body was too frail and weak to perform a purging. The best I could do without harming her was to inscribe a talisman seal, enough to subdue the thing living inside her, at least for a while. The Ten Lords Commission took Huohuo in as a Spiritfarer apprentice, teaching her the arts of purgation and ghost hunting. This way, the Commission could keep an eye on Huohuo and ensure that she wasn't taken over by the heliobus. Perhaps all those long years with Huohuo have bestowed upon that heliobus some form of human compassion. Though Tail has never given up on attempting to break free of his bonds or usurping his host, he has fought against his own kind to protect Huohuo. I would save the jokes for later. As the saying goes, with great work comes great rewards. The Ten Lords Commission will compensate you accordingly. I've wondered at times what the Luofu should give the Nameless in return for their great deeds. Alas, questions like that are above my pay grade. That is for the Ten Lords and the General to figure out.
Can't you stay and chat with me for a while?
This tedium. Even the insects can't hold my attention any longer. I wonder if these ones will prove to be more entertaining.
Cirrus, we've come to ask you a few questions. I hope you'll be cooperative.
Oh, if it isn't the little girl who fainted in Victual Garden the moment she encountered the Heliobi. Already talking to me like a detective, are you?
Hey, where's my sword? You just wait.
There are plenty of beings in this garden that would like to kill me. Why don't you line up one by one and take turns trying? Don't be ridiculous! We can't allow the host to be harmed. Cirrus, you must be unhappy with how things turned out, right? What do you want from me, little fox girl? You want to know what happened to the guard dog? He turned to ashes a long time ago. I don't care about that at all. But I can't help but notice you managed to escape the furnace, and now you're stuck here, unable to move an inch while the other Heliobi are roaming around the Lafu enjoying themselves. Ooh, must be quite frustrating. You want me to assist you and betray my own kind? Huh. I can do that. Under one condition. I wish to arrange a challenge. One akin to the struggle between the great Heliobus Ignamar and the general of the Lafu. As long as you can bring me the current general, anything can be negotiated. The general? What? Is that too much to ask? It seems the judge here doesn't have what it takes to negotiate with the Heliobus.
That's just another way of saying they don't want to cooperate. Huh? Wait, Wawa, you can't seriously be thinking about...
Deal! I'll submit a request to the Seat of Divine Foresight.
A few games of chess will while away the time.
What is your purpose for entering the Seat of Divine?
Oh? What do we have here? A nameless, a cloud knight, a judge of the Ten Lords Commission, and a street performer. Quite the group.
Wow, the general recognizes me? I didn't realize I was so famous.
My retainer Yang Qing has mentioned you. You are one of the only people on the Law Fu that was able to deprive him of his sword.
Oh, I remember. I should apologize. I did a sword swallowing performance on the spur of the moment, but forgot to return the sword to him when I left the stage.
So, what wind has brought you to the Seat of Divine Foresight?
General, we know you have important matters to attend to, and the Ten Lords Commission shouldn't be bothering you with something as trivial as the Heliobi. But if we allow those creatures to roam freely, I'm afraid...
I heard stories of a skirmish between a previous general and a monster of sorts. I'd always assumed they were an old wives' tale. I never imagined the villain of such tales would come to my doorstep seeking revenge. I must say, it seems a bit unfair that I should assume the debt for a conflict I had no involvement in. It would appear you are eager to see me assume the debt. General Teng Xiao is a venerated predecessor. If I am to honor his legacy, then sitting idly by is not an option. If an audience with the general of the Law Fu is requested, then I will honor such a request.
General, Heliobi are vile creatures capable of taking over the bodies of mortals. If you're unsure...
I appreciate the Ten Lords Commission having such high regard for my welfare. It is true I am rather inexperienced when it comes to Heliobi. But as General of the Law Fu, I cannot look on while these fugitive creatures wreak havoc on the populace. I still have some paperwork that needs attending to. Once I am finished, I will make my way to Fixtral Garden without delay.
Do let me know if you come across any rare swords.
I've never seen this one before. Human. Who are you?
Heliobus, is it not your deepest wish to hold a rematch with the General of the Law Fu? I have come to grant you an audience.
Sirius, we have brought you the person you wish to see. This is General Jing Yuan, the one who now sits at the seat of divine foresight. This is the current general of the LeFou? Look at that expression! He's barely half awake! Where is General Teng Xiao? Why did he choose such a lightweight to take over for him? I suppose it's already too late for the Xianzhou to rid themselves of this clown. Very well then. General Jing Yuan. How about we settle our score right here in Fixtral Garden? If I win, I must be free to come and go as I please.
I agreed to grant you an audience, not meet you in combat.
What? You refuse? You won't fight me! He comes here after I demand a rematch and won't even fight! Is he conceding that I already won? No, there can be no victory in eschewing combat. Human logic negates it.
You misunderstand. I came for a rematch. It's just that you are not a worthy opponent.
What? Unworthy?
Teng Xiao, as General of the Law Fu, was Commander-in-Chief of the Cloud Knights. Ignamar commanded the Heliobi. The two were as great as the sky and the earth, equally matched like yin and yang. It is only natural that they were worthy opponents. As it stands, I am the General of the Law Fu. But you are no Ignamar, merely a prisoner. If you wish to engage me in battle, you must follow my rules. Defeat my army. Only then will I grant you the fight you seek.
Your army?
That's right. You must defeat my 4 companions gathered here. Then, you will have proved yourself a worthy opponent.
Wait! He means us? We'll be okay, right?
We'll be fine. For us, any problem that can be solved by force isn't a problem at all.
So I only need to beat your pawns here.
It would serve you well not to underestimate them. They are as skilled in combat as they are tenacious in spirit. I worry they might pose a problem for you. If you win, you can have your rematch. If you lose, you will answer one question of their choice. No lies, no tricks. Can you accept these terms?
It's a deal. The game is set. This platform will be our chessboard, and the fighters will be the pieces. Trying to humiliate me with low. No matter then. I have my pawns to play. Heed my command. Receive my power. Now you will experience the might of the Heliobi.
Give it up. Recount.
You're not going anywhere!
Dodge this! Forget your wallet?
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward! It's time.
I shall be the judge. Recount. By the will of the 10 Lords. The 10 Lords decree. Hereby ordained.
Come feast your eyes! Happy New Year!
It's time.
Take this! Rise, Venus!
I shall be the judge.
Let me through! Dodge this!
Turn out your pockets!
It's time.
Forget your wallet?
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
You've lost, Cirrus.
Ugh, don't get complacent. If I had all of Ignimar's power, I'd never have lost to the likes of you.
Should you decide to try again, my offer still stands. But you must defeat them.
What are we waiting for? Not so fast! Before we fight again, you need to answer one question like you promised. Ugh, pesky devil of a girl. Alright. What's your question? Look, is this something a heliobus could have done? There are countless heliobi that escaped from the creation furnace. And every one of them could have done such a thing. It could have been vengeance, curiosity, or simply hunger. So how would I know which one abducted your dragon lady? Of course, I do have my suspicions. For example, Luxie. Luxie loves mischief. They give no thought to interfering in mortal affairs. Their only concerns are entertainment and freedom. Among all the fragments of Ignimar, the one most likely to abduct your precious dragon lady would be Luxie. We were sailed away for 1,000 years. It's been ages since we last tasted the joys and sorrows of the world of humans. I'm sure Luxie was eager to find a new friend and wander the world with them. I think they're telling the truth. Heliobi do have different personalities, and they can be influenced by the personality of their host. If a heliobus possesses a great warrior, they might gradually take on a braver, fiercer persona. And if their host is a playful child, they may adopt a childlike spirit.
Wander the world with them. It sounds like Lady Bailu would have been an ideal target. She's always running off to play in Arm Alley.
This intel should be a big help. Hey! We're not done here! You still owe me a fight! You bunch of meatbags! One minor victory and you think you're something special? Come on! Show me what you've got!
The clues are all pointing in the same direction now. It would be wise to strike while the iron is hot.
Thank you for your help, General. Let's get going.
The heliobi are like a flame that burns eternal, with no need for sustenance. But alas, their curiosity got the best of them, and they became prisoners of humans. It is a pity. I lament that we share the same weaknesses. Our situation is no different from that of the heliobi. From the moment we gain sentience, we are driven by desire and instinct, bound to our destiny, moving unceasingly towards our own demise. The most important thing in a soldier is one's intuition for victory or defeat. And you have given me confidence in victory. The ancient legends recount that the Xianzhou once faced an invasion by a great enemy that threatened the annihilation of every race aboard the Xianzhou ships. In order to save the Alliance, a hero made a pact with the Flint Emperor, the predecessor of all heliobi. The Flint Emperor would aid the Xianzhou in battle, and if they were victorious, the hero and their followers would lose their physical bodies for eternity. When the fighting had ceased, none of the heroes survived, and the Flint Emperor was gravely wounded. Thus, the pact was unable to be fulfilled. As the centuries came and went, the story faded from memory. But the Heliobi remember. They hold claim to this debt for all time. The great battle between General Tang Xiao and Ignomar was fought largely for this reason. Aiding the Ten Lords' Commission in subduing the Heliobi is a legitimate reason to take a leave of absence. I shall treat it as a vacation and enjoy the scenery of Fixtral Garden. Though I must admit, the wind here does chill the bones.